take a load off and grab a seat. Pull up a chair, prop up your feet, that's fine by me. Fine by me. Yeah, it's podcast time.
What?
Hello.
Fine by me.
What's up, boys? How y'all doing this evening?
Fine by me.
Hey, when's the last time y'all seen an OG pair of corded Apple earbuds?
A long time.
Man,
Yeah,
they
did you
ain't
find
running
those-
them. Go ahead.
Did you find those in your junk drawer?
Yeah, well, I figured I didn't want those Bluetooth waves scrambling up my brain like some eggs, like everybody else's are.
I think it's the Wi-Fi is the problem. It's
That's
when
probably-
we went to 5G.
Those are
It's
the
when
five-
I really started noticing my mental health going down the drain.
I like them Wesley Snipe earrings you got on.
Wesley Snipe, Blade, baby.
Yeah.
White Blade.
Speaking of the Crawls, how was church?
Man, it was good. I am the coach of a youth puppet theater skit team.
I
And
want some more context on this. Puppet
I'm
theater.
actually a 3-time national champion of puppet theater when I was in high school.
Yeah.
We would go to this national competition in Indianapolis, and it would be like speaking, song leading, and then the big one, the big event that everybody wanted to go watch was the puppet theater. And we won the national championship 3 years in a row. So I
Man.
thought I would donate my time and talent, and I would bring up the next generation of national champions. We're gonna win it all, baby.
I mean, it's not like you don't have all the time in the world, right? I mean, you already do everything else for everybody in Franklin. Might as well throw one more thing on your plate.
Yeah.
So, do y'all like get behind like a knee wall of some sorts and put your hand over top?
Well, there's one wall up front. It's all made out of PVC pipe. There's one wall up front that's like probably comes up to your chest. And then there's a second wall that's like right above my head. So it's like, 6'2", 6'4", somewhere like that. Because I'm 6'1" easily,
Yeah, you
without
are.
a doubt.
Right.
Measure it. It's fine. Measure it. We'll measure it. And
Do you think if you ever applied for a job with the good folks at Sesame Street, you could be one of those people that puts down, I do have experience, as a matter of fact, in
Buddy.
running puppets?
don't get me crying right now. I'm talking about my dreams, brother. The Jim Henson Company? Come on.
So is it literally just like you're playing with sock puppets, kind of?
Yeah, like you remember the New Kids on the Block?
Yeah,
Or not
Yeah.
New Kids on the Block. No, what was it?
it was Kids on the Block.
Kids on the
wasn't it?
Block.
Kids on the Block.
Yeah.
Kids on the Block. New Kids on the Block was
A band.
Marky Mark. Yeah,
Yeah.
just Kids
No,
on the
it
Block.
wasn't Marky
That
Mark.
wasn't Marky Mark, but it was a boy band, yeah.
Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch.
It was Mark Wahlberg, wasn't it?
No,
He wasn't New Kids on the
Danny
Block.
Wahlberg. Danny Wahlberg.
I don't think so. I think they were in the same
Wahlberg?
band.
Check this. Keep going.
Yeah, go
Man,
ahead.
I'm pretty sure one of the Wahlbergs was in New Kids on the Block. I know it as for a fact.
Really?
Which Wahlberg's and New Kids on the Block?
Donnie.
Donnie.
Yeah, the
Okay.
Wahlburgers, baby.
I asked our female correspondent. She knew.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Mark was also in the band? What?
I
Nick?
think so.
Well, how does our tongue taste in our own asshole? Well,
Yeah.
Golly,
That
what?
symbol, baby. Then he went to
Man.
Calvin Klein. Calvin Klein got him.
Yeah, I
Was
don't
this
know.
before or after he threw them rocks at them kids on that train?
This was after.
Okay.
Did he hurt? I never looked into that story. What happened
Yeah,
on Mark?
it was like classified as like a hate crime. I think it was like some like serious like South Boston shit.
Mm.
Like they threw rocks and like hurt people on it. I think it was maybe an African American kids, maybe. I don't remember.
I had a kid
Donnie
that
or
was
Mark?
a church
Oh,
kid.
a Mark.
I mean, Boston's like pretty known for being very racist. So
And Irish. It's full of Irish people.
Yeah.
They're crazy.
yeah,
Fuck, man.
yeah.
I think
they're
Nick's got
pretty
some
known
Irish
for,
in him.
for being pretty racist up there. So
Yeah.
Supposedly my grandfather is like 90% Scottish
I could see that.
on my mom's side. We haven't
Ronnie?
looked into the dad's side yet.
Oh
We'll,
well.
we'll have to go to therapy for that one.
Them son of bitches was shipped off to Australia. You come from that bunch of people.
Yeah. When Scotland invented whiskey, or when they come to know whiskey, they had zero progressions in their society for 500 years. Like they didn't invent anything for 500 years after they discovered whiskey.
That's
I've heard
well,
this before, yeah.
do you blame them?
Because they
I
did
was the
really
same way
even-
for a couple years.
How many generations is that? Let's say you live till 50. That's 10 generations.
I know 150 years, I think, is 5 or 6 generations. So that's 15 generations.
Good God.
Yeah.
Hey
That's
guys,
straight
I'm sorry, I gotta
partying,
go get
dude.
my book. I forgot. I've left it in the other room. Hold on.
Shame.
Boatloads of shame. What kind of book is he getting? Scottish Heritage book?
I don't know why he had to get up right now.
His
And get it.
family tree?
I guess what little bit that he wants to talk about, he can't keep up here in his brain.
Yeah. This is a listening platform. We're just going to watch him read a book about Nazis.
I guess so.
I guarantee it's a Nazi book.
You think so?
I had a surprise waiting on my doorstep. I forgot that I ordered a vacuum and these earrings off of Amazon last week.
What a wild Amazon order.
Yeah. Yeah. I got
Hold
10
that.
dangly cross earrings for
10
$10.
of them?
Yeah.
Wes,
Yeah.
he just said he got a surprise when he got home today and from Amazon. He forgot that he'd ordered a vacuum and those earrings. I said, what a wild Amazon order.
Yeah. What a wild Amazon list. Golly, I couldn't find my book. I had to search for it. How much were these 10 earrings, by the way?
$10 for
So
10
it's
pair.
5 pair. Oh, 10 pair.
Yeah.
10 pair.
Well, I told him.
20.
I told him.
Are they clip-ons or are they actual
No,
earrings?
baby, they screw in the back. Yeah, they screw in back there. They're threaded.
I told him I don't think I've ever seen anybody wear both of the dangling cross earrings before.
Elton John and
I told
Wesley
him
Snipes.
I told him I needed twice the attention of a
Both
regular.
of them are suckers.
Oh, speaking of suckers, what about that Twitter video y'all sent earlier?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, Matt Rife.
Did that happen today?
Yeah, it just
I saw
the
it
news
today.
just happened today.
The only thing I don't like about it is that fucking damn Sweet Dreams music overlay in the background.
I don't remember that, but
You'll see it.
Neither.
either
You
way,
get too easily distracted.
No, I just take it
Yeah.
all in. I hear it all.
I
You
take
know-
it all in. I bet you do take it all in,
I
buddy.
do. Any way I can get it.
Yeah.
So for people that don't know, that don't follow comedy like a hawk like we do, there was this guy that was apparently a comedian at some point. What are you doing over there?
Flexing. Go
You
ahead.
been doing push-ups?
Yeah.
Pull-ups?
He's distracted.
No.
Keep
go
going,
ahead.
Wes.
I'm listening.
I'm interested.
I am too.
Josh is.
So some dude that used to be a comedian, supposedly, his name is Nima Yamini, and apparently he stopped being a comedian. Now he's like big into real estate or some shit. I don't remember what he said in the video, something like that. But he claims that he went into a meeting with Matt Rife, and there were 2 executives there, and they said, "Hey, if you want instant internet fame, you gotta suck our dicks." And this guy was like, "Well, I'm not doing that," and walked out. And his like trump card was, as I was walking out, Matt was already on his knees with 2 dicks in his mouth.
I want to know who these 2 guys are. They're the fucking gatekeepers to the damn comedy
The
world.
internet.
The more and more I looked at it, and kind of like I was back and forth with some people on Twitter or whatever, or X. Yeah, I didn't want to dead name
Don't
it.
dead name it.
And like it kind of, I was like, so this guy, I really think he's just hunting for clout. I don't think it's real. I really don't. Matt has blocked the Dom Luker guy. He's a guy that gets a lot of reactions on Twitter, but he'll also post anything like it's fact. Like this guy said this, and like he just is pretty much taken to the grave that it's the truth. So he says crazy shit. People follow him. Matt has blocked him since. And the thing that bothered me, and kind of like what Nick just said, is it's crazy that so he's gonna name drop Matt Rife for the clout, but he can't.
Yeah, call out the executives, pussy.
Yeah. If it was real, he would have. I'll be honest, if it was real and this happened to me, and I was in a room with both of you guys, and one of y'all started sucking dick, I would have told him about the 2 executives before I dropped y'all's name. Like, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. That's just him being a hater. I think,
Especially if you're
I
not
think
interested.
I think it's a lot of hate. I think it's a lot of
Especially if he's not interested in being in the Hollywood world anymore.
He's making his money selling real estate, so he has nothing to lose except for just trying to hurt his name or his image, which is just shitty.
Yeah, I mean, I know we've talked about Rife before on here. I don't think he's the best comedian that ever graced anything, but
I don't have a problem with it.
I don't. Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think we should be making up
tearing him down. Yeah,
tearing him down by any means. I mean, he might be my favorite comedian in 10 years for all I know.
Can we pull the video up so we can see it and then talk about it?
What the actual video of?
Yeah, can we screen share it on here?
Yeah, I would say so. Hold on, I don't have anything.
That would be fantastic.
Let
me go get another beer.
Non-alcoholic, by the way.
Yeah, non-alcoholic.
Look how he's walking. He looks like a skinny William Montgomery.
I can't believe I've slept on that couch he's on right now.
No, I bet that's not the only thing that went on there.
I beat off in his bathroom last time I was there.
Hell yeah.
That's a joke.
In the sink?
Yeah, in the sink. Where else would you do it?
Yeah, I don't know. In his hand towels?
I'm sorry. I've never logged into Twitter from a computer before, so this is why you're throwing me off a little bit. I don't know that I can make this happen.
Oh, okay. That's okay.
Well, I'm working on it. It's getting there. Hold on. I got bookmarks. Oh, actually, okay. This is what I get. This is why
while we're waiting on Wes to bring that video up.
Nope, I got it.
He's got it. Hold that thought.
Hold that thought. If we're gonna fucking do this, we're doing it right now.
Here we go. Excited.
The dark side of Hollywood is finally being
turn up the volume.
Thanks to one of the true kings of comedy, Cat Williams. Before I became wealthy in business, I actually had a somewhat successful career in stand-up comedy.
Music.
I was invited to a meeting with some Hollywood executives, along with some now famous comedian, and we were offered the chance for a deal at Online Startup. But the only way to receive the contract was by sucking both of the execs off. I immediately got up and walked to the door. But before I could even exit, the other comedian was sucking both of their simultaneously. That guy's name was Matt Rifle.
Matt Rifle.
Rule number 799. Someone is more famous than you. It doesn't mean they're better. They might just be gayer.
So at the end of that, I forgot that he did this. He said Alpha King rule number 799.
That's what threw me off in the whole video. I was like, well, this guy's full of shit. He's naming off some like Andrew Tate shit. Like,
I was like, and then he also says business. So I haven't looked into this guy. We obviously just found this like an hour or two ago. Hell, I mean, you're still looking at my screen. Matt Rife is still like trending right now.
And I see Andrew Tate there on the third down.
Like way more than anything else, really.
That's crazy.
Well, except for LinkedIn, but that's a whole ass website. But yeah.
Matt Rife blocked you.
Yeah, blocked.
And while we're talking about this, let me introduce our next sponsor, Eternal Companions. Our lifelike sex dolls redefine intimacy. Where our live sex dolls aren't just lifelike, they're laugh out loud companions. Get ready for a side-splitting experience as our dolls crack jokes, tell puns, and offer a dose of humor in every embrace. Say goodbye to boring nights and hello to laughter and jizz-filled love. Eternal Companions Incorporated.
Sold.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for your time.
Sold.
That came out of nowhere. You do this so often. I don't even know what that was or where it came
What's
from.
The price point?
12 payments of $12.99.
That's not bad.
Well, that's $14,000. That's
$1,299.
Yeah.
Oh,
so I'm sorry.
1,300 bones.
I thought you said $12.99.
No.
All right.
He has no idea. He hasn't looked into this at all, has he, Josh? You have no idea what life sex dolls cost. and that's embarrassing.
I've got no clue what y'all are talking about.
There we go. That's a good. You right up in the microphone there. Talk to me like Dad.
I don't know what you guys are talking about.
you look like Ace Ventura whenever he gets all up in the camera.
I'm super uncomfortable right now.
Like whenever he's in the pool looking for like clues for the damn dolphin getting taken away, and he's like, "Oh." Man. So obviously that dude is talking out of his ass. Probably.
Yeah, I would think so. I wish that Matt wouldn't have blocked him and and responded.
And that makes him look kind of shitty.
I don't know. I mean, obviously he makes a bunch of money now, so like maybe he's definitely got publicists and everything that can't probably make a lot of his decisions for him at this point. But
yeah,
I feel like if I was a loose cannon, I would have like said something super sarcastic, or I would have been like, "Yeah, and it was fucking dope too. You ever had two dicks at the same time?" Like I would have made some kind of joke about it, you know?
Something. He's a comedian. Yeah, you gotta just roll with it.
Yeah.
I think if it was Bert Kreischer, he would have probably owned it up and like, yeah, it definitely happened.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
asshole still hurts.
That's why I started taking my shirt off. It makes me feel more comfortable. You know, he would have did something.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense to me.
It's also a difference in people too, though, man. Really, I mean, he don't seem like one of them people that would really embrace that really as a joke because he has the image of being kind of like a ladies' man kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like that's a lot of his audience is. Yeah, I would say chicks. So
that's I don't know. But I mean, you're not wrong. True, I guess. I think it's just a little fragile to not, in my opinion, to not
100%
respond. And
Dave Attell's not going to let that shit slide. You know what I mean?
No, Dave Attell also doesn't have a publicist. I wouldn't.
No, he doesn't. No, he don't give a shit.
Yeah, I'm guaranteed he doesn't have anybody telling him what to do.
No, and that's the way he likes it. It's the way he likes it.
Yeah, but this Dom Luker guy, like, if anybody is listening that knows who this dude is, like, he's not a great dude. I follow him because he says the most outrageous shit, but I'd trust about 18% of what this guy posts for the most part.
Yeah, if it's about business or real estate, maybe, but
no, the Dom Luker guy is the one that made the tweet or whatever. That
I got you.
Name was like Amini some shit.
Yeah. Nima Yamini.
Yeah. Never heard of him. Doubt he was that good of a comedian. I'm sure that I will try to find some of his sets so that I can tear him down for him. So, but
yeah, you think he has some out there?
I don't know. YouTube's a big place, surely.
It is true. We're on YouTube, and that's saying something. You know what I mean?
It's a big place. Anybody can do it. Yeah. I just saw Mr. Beast got his award for 200 million subscribers.
Jesus, dude.
Yeah.
That man may be taking over the world. He's like making candy bars and shit now. It's like rivaling with Hershey's and shit.
The candy ain't good.
Is it not? I've never tried it.
I've had the one called D's Nuts.
Yeah.
It was pretty mediocre.
Well, they got new chocolate now, Wes. If you've been paying attention to Mr. Beast's channel, you notice that he went through 17 different kinds of chocolate to develop this new improved chocolate bar. And he don't have one called D's Nuts anymore.
I think you should probably pay a little closer attention, Wes. And that's your problem.
He's giving water to people in Africa, dude.
Water, Wes?
Yeah, no, that shit's cool. I like Mr. Beast. I don't have any problem with him.
He's fixing busted grills in the Middle East.
Dude, he gave some poor homo $10,000 during Kill Tony New Year's Eve.
Poor homo.
True.
Poor homo.
Dude was definitely not gay though. He broke his dick fucking somebody. So
well, I said I meant Homo sapien. Homo sapien.
Yeah, the dude that won the 10 grand at Kill Tony's New Year's thing, like he did just like a couple weeks earlier or something. He broke his dick fucking somebody and still finished.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That's dedication.
Yeah, and while he was on stage, Tony and them were like, I don't believe you. And he pulled his pants down and showed him.
Of course he did.
Was this the show you were at or something? I don't know.
You were there at that one, right?
Yeah, I was there, but he turned around to just face them. So
he didn't flash 7,000 people.
Yeah, he didn't flash everybody in the room. Probably be too hard to get consent from everybody in time, you know?
Probably too hard to see.
It was really hard when he broke it.
Had to have been, right?
God, that
Ugh.
would suck.
It sounds like it's got hurt, right?
Well, it's not like a bone; it's just a muscle.
Does it
You know,
does it break at the base? I think it breaks at the base.
I think that's right.
Let's not talk about it.
I think this is the most important thing we've ever talked about, Wes.
I don't know.
I would say it's at the base. So something would happen at the base. I don't think it just breaks in half.
What if it does?
You know, it
I
might.
don't know. Yeah. I'm gonna
Moving on.
I'm gonna click on see what the top like Matt Rife thing is. See if he's made any.
That's what it sounds like when I break your dick in half.
Is that the sound it makes?
Sounds like when I finish.
Like you're breaking a Kit Kat.
Be careful, you might break your dick if you're finishing like that.
God, he's so aggressive.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
All
I'm a
of
sweet
the,
lover. I like making sweet, sweet love.
That's good.
Whispers.
Gentle.
Whispers.
Don't be giving your secrets away. We have an all-male audience.
Yeah.
Hey.
We're gonna start noticing Nick's moves in the bedroom, and we're gonna start getting fan mail.
I'm saying, hey girl, I really like that hamburger helper you made earlier.
Hamburger helper.
It was so delicious. Oh. Did you finish? Speaking of, oh man, I was picking my kids up from Sunday school, like walking to Sunday school class, and there was another mom.
What a wild segue.
Yeah, that was meeting us. And she looked down to her kid and she said, "Can you say Fine By Me podcast?" And then I looked at her and she looked at me and I said, "Oh, no. Oh, I could not believe." She must be a faithful listener. I don't know. If you go to Woodford Baptist Church and you're a mom and you listen to our podcast, please email us. What's the email, Josh? Go ahead and tell them.
It's fine by me, 864@gmail.com.
864@gmail.com. Let us know what you
Fine
think.
by me.
I'm really sorry. I try to be a good Christian example. I really do. But these guys bring the worst out of me. And I pray about it. And I don't have the heart to quit.
I pray about it constantly. So, oh man, what else, Josh? What you got?
I need to start praying more. It sounds like I don't pray very much at all, to be honest with y'all.
I think it helps me throughout my day. As soon as I start,
I'm not proud to say it, but I just don't.
I'm messing with you, man. I don't.
As soon as I start feeling anxious, I pray. I'm like, God, please help me get over this anxiety and sadness.
I definitely get there, especially whenever that hits real hard. I'm like, all right, what do I got to do to get through this? Like,
I usually just put on some funky Comedina or some Tone Loc and just jam away. Maybe some Milli Vanilli.
I don't know. Mine's usually like 3-6 Mafia.
3-6 to get you out of a funk.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
3-6 Mafia.
369. Damn, you fine.
That's yin yang. I asked Christy the other day, just a random question. I said, "What's your favorite Yin Yang Twins song?" And she couldn't give me a straight answer because they're just these random ass songs like a Salt
What's
Shaker.
that one? What's that one I was singing? Drop it low. Drop it low.
Get low.
Get low.
Get low. Yeah.
Low. Isn't that Lil Jon and East Side Boys?
Yeah, but like Yin Yang Twins are there with that. That's what I was meaning. Like they're just like usually with somebody else in a song.
Oh, okay. So no, my favorite Yin Yang Twin song is definitely the Whisper song.
My favorite's Whistle While You Twerk.
Yeah. Wait till you see what? Wait till you see my what?
Whistle While You Twerk.
Oh, is that it?
No, that's a different
Josh's favorite. That's a different song. You were right on the Whisper song.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, Whispers.
Because I can't get all these wrong all the time. It's not going to be good for me.
Little John was supposed to be coming to Glasgow to do a show like last month, but he got canceled because they couldn't raise the money to pay him. So they lost like a $35,000 deposit.
Oh,
$50,000 deposit, from what I understand.
Chrissy just say yeah.
We got a big 90s band coming to Summer Vibes this year.
Who is it?
And it hadn't been announced yet. I don't even know.
Oh,
well, what the fuck, man? We're trying to get an inside scoop. We're gonna put out a little pre-press.
This is a teaser. You're gonna have to keep tuning in.
Oh God! So it is a '90s band.
Yes.
Is it Pearl Jam?
Pearl Jam sucks.
Is it Guns N' Roses?
Yeah, they were already.
Yeah.
Have
They were
y'all
already
seen Axl Rose
grandparents by the
lately?
90s. Guns N' Roses were already grandparents in the 90s.
No, early 90s.
Oh,
Welcome
I
to the
bet they
Jungle
had
come
some
out.
15-year-old kids that were already getting other kids pregnant in school, in their private school. I guarantee you.
I'm guessing it's probably
Axl Rose. You want to come to my house?
90s.
We
Is
do
it
some
Creed?
candy.
Dude, please tell me it's Creed.
There's no way it's Creed. If it is Creed, I'll be there. Nickelback.
Matchbox 20, Three Doors Down. It's more
Dave
early
Matthews.
2000s. Dave Matthews Band. That's probably more early 2000s instead of 90s, I guess, with some of the bands we're naming. It could be Candlebox.
Who?
Candlebox.
I hope it's Avril Lavigne.
Wes, you don't know who Candlebox is?
I don't know who can. I don't know that.
They have a song called Far Behind. You know it if you heard it.
I'm gonna show the people something real quick. Why?
What are you showing the people?
Axl Rose.
Yeah, dude, he's wild looking. He's
this?
wild looking. What is all that big puffed out right there on his chest? Is he wearing like a bulletproof vest?
I don't know.
Dude, what happens? Have you ever noticed like some dudes like hit a certain age and like their stomach looks like there's like different weird shit in it? Like it gets like hard and there's like
Oh,
like
that's alcohol, buddy.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's alcoholism, man. That's what happens.
That's alcohol.
Your like liver causes that to happen and causes you
Jeez,
just like.
dude.
That's why like you see these big dudes that are like really fat, but they don't have any like man boobs at all, and they just have a fat chest, but their belly is like fucking giant.
That's a shitty liver.
That's yeah.
God,
Most
feel like shit.
They're also very fat, but yeah, that's a good portion of it though. Yeah,
I always wonder why. That's like been my biggest fear. Like, dude, if I ever get fat one day, I don't want my belly to look like I got armor plated, just weird spots just everywhere all over. Like somebody just stuck a cell phone here and a fucking baseball here and just wild looking shit.
You had a couple watermelons under there?
Yeah, just weird. Like it's just weird shaped.
And a Sprint sidekick or a T-Mobile sidekick.
Yeah, it looks like they got like fucking wrapped up like in a fucking permanent heating pad or some shit. It's just weird.
That's weird.
I always wonder what that was. That does make sense though. Like your liver, I guess, like fluids and shit. Like you don't get rid of shit.
Yeah, I didn't really ever look. I remember Googling it one day because I was like, man, there's got to be a reason why this happens, and I didn't look into it any further.
I remember back whenever I was in the madness and drinking all the time, I always worried about getting jaundice and shit. You know, like yellow eyes and yellow skin and stuff. But I didn't ever do that. I just always had a shitty complexion just naturally.
Because you drank too much, or what?
That's what I was always worried about, was like getting like liver failure and like turning yellow or whatever. But I didn't. It was just like a fear I had. It didn't ever happen. But I would like look at myself like, God damn, I look yellow. But it was just the lighting and my shitty complexion. I was really hoping for some more laughs out of that, guys. It's a tough audience tonight.
Well, Nick is over there doing. Look at Nick. He's paying attention to something.
It's a fucking tough audience out here.
He's typing something there.
I don't think I have the full attention of the room.
And well, Josh, I'm trying to get together our next advertisement, which is Oops a Daisy Lipo Services. This is a liposuction company based out of Baja, California. Who needs precision when you can have surprises? Our innovative approach to liposuction guarantees a unique, unexpected outcome every time. Experience the thrill of not knowing what shape you'll be in next. Embrace the element of surprise with Oops a Daisy Lipo Services, because life's more interesting when your body is a mystery.
It's pretty good. Every time I think of liposuction, I think of that movie Fight Club and them making those fucking bars of soap out of fat. And like they got that bag and it tears on the fence and just pouring this fat all over them. I'm like, oh, God.
There was an episode of 1,000 Ways to Die where this guy was like, we could do this in my garage. And he just like hooked up a real small tube to his vacuum cleaner and had his buddy like make an incision on his belly, and he went in there and he started sucking up his intestine. Jesus. And it killed him.
I'm sure.
Not fast. Didn't die fast. God. It was a long, slow death.
God, dude, I don't know.
It was a long, slow death. 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 It was a long, slow
Yeah, any
Painful.
kind of gut injury kills you really, really slow.
Ugh.
Terrible
It's
death.
painful too. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why they used to disembowel people and just let them hang there back in the day with their guts hanging out. They just take them 6 or 8 hours to die with their intestines.
What's a
hanging
good?
out.
What's a good? I got a good gut slashing story. What's a good gut slashing scene from a movie where somebody spills their guts out?
Braveheart. Whenever they disembowel that one dude,
I was gonna say
and
I
they
watched
pull his
that.
entrails out, and then they take the horses, and they pull him apart with the horses.
Ooh, I don't remember that part.
Yeah, I do.
Can't wait to investigate though, Josh. I'll be back to you. Thanks. We'll be right back. Let's take a quick break.
They like tie them together. They fucking hit the horse's ass, and it pulls like it just pulls him apart.
Quartering is what that's called. Quartering.
Quartering. Yep. Drawed and quartered.
Drawed and quartered. Yes.
Yep. That's right.
I didn't know that's where that came from.
Yeah, that's right. I watched the movie Napoleon the other day. Spoiler alert: Marie Antoinette gets her head cut off, and it shows. Well, I mean that's the French Revolution. Everybody knows that.
Let them eat
anyway.
cake, dog.
Yeah, well, it shows her like getting pulled out like the guillotine and shit, and like the guillotine's a wild machine, man. Like how because she didn't want to put her head down, so like they got this wood thing, they just slam her fucking head down, like hold her down, and they pull her hair out of the way, and there it goes.
Is that where the guillotine thing with the thing that came down over their heads was Marie Antoinette? Like,
well, it was invented. It was invented in France for execution. She was just somebody that got executed by it.
Okay. Well, what I'm saying is like I knew so guillotines were invented in France.
Yes.
And you said that they had to have the wood thing that went over her head to keep her down.
Yeah, it keeps her down. Yeah.
So they weren't using that keep her down method before that?
I don't know.
Every guillotine I've ever seen is like you put your head in and then they slide that wood piece down over and then.
Well, that's what they were doing. It just shows her like trying to keep her head up and like they like pull her hair
She
out
was
of the
fighting
way.
it.
Yeah, she was fighting it and they slam it down. That's what I was saying. And
They
like
had to
it shows
smack her
like
around a little.
it shows like the actual blade coming down and cutting her head off and all that shit. Pretty cool. Great movie, by the way. Great movie.
I've seen that. I've seen somebody get decapitated with a guillotine in person.
In person?
Yeah. Alice Cooper at the Sand Amphitheater a couple years ago.
He's got a wild ass show. They make that shit seem real, don't they?
And it looked very real.
That's fucked up.
Yeah. So funny enough, I don't know what my dad was on in the 70s or 80s whenever he saw.
I bet he was a fun time. He sounds like a good time guy.
I'm sure he was back then. Now he's a deacon of a church. Yada yada
That's
yada.
all right. Yeah.
I'm not gonna like say anything crazy about my dad, but he was at an Alice Cooper show, and I remember him telling me this story so many times growing up that he was at this show, and he saw Alice Cooper's head get knocked off by a guillotine, and it kept singing, and Dad was like, it freaked me the fuck out for the rest of the show.
He probably quit drugs after that and decided to be a deacon of a church.
Well, I bought the tickets to Alice Cooper to take my dad to for Father's Day because I was like, this would be cool. Like, he's always told me this story. And then it happened at that show. And he was like, it was a lot cooler back then. I was like, I bet you weren't sober back then.
Yeah.
No.
So my buddy, Jacob Walton, he's got this granddad named L.E. Walton. And he was...
This is the dude with the hammer on him, right?
Yes, this is. This guy...
Real Tommy knocker, they said.
Yeah, old Tommy knocker. This guy had stories for days and days and days. But one time he had a guy that owed him $40. And they were at a horse show. And he just walked up to the guy and was like, hey, man, when you can pay me that $40, just whenever,
Yeah.
A couple hours later, L.E. was in the bathroom and he come around the corner, walked out of the bathroom, and the guy slit his belly with a knife and his gut spilled out onto the ground.
I've heard this story too.
Well, he just picked him up, got in his truck, drove to the hospital, and said he was picking grass out of his intestines on the way to the hospital, picking blades of grass out and like little pebbles and rocks and stuff.
I've heard this story, so I know it's true because I've heard it too from somebody else.
Who was this?
My buddy Jacob Walton's granddad.
The guy with the hammer.
The guy with the hammer. Yeah.
I heard a story about him too that they said he used to wear overalls all the time. Like he had that zipper pocket. And they said
he was buried in overalls. Yeah.
And if he couldn't find a spitter or something, he just spit his tobacco juice in his pocket.
Yeah.
Just roll on about his day.
Yeah, we were at Walmart one time, and he had to spit, and he spit in like those boxes that caulking comes in. You know, it's like 10 tubes of caulking per box.
Yeah.
And he spit in that. And the next time I went to Walmart, I went to pick it, and I went to look, and the caulking was stuck to the box. Like it was glued. Oh, it was gross.
Yuck.
Nasty.
That's fucking nasty.
Dude like to party.
What was that? Are you drinking a non-alcoholic Modelo now?
It's a Budweiser.
Oh, okay. It looked like a Modelo for some reason. Modelo.
Do you feel anything off of those after like at all?
No, I got real stressed out.
I
got real stressed out today, and I was like, man, I'm really, really good about I'm really strong in my sobriety right now. And I was like, I've got to stop and get non-alcoholic. I was at the brink of my breaking point.
Dude, that's why I eat candy bars and shit. Like I'd be craving shit.
I was about to freak out.
Yeah.
But I drink a non-alcoholic and it was fine.
We can tell Nick is really big in the theater with his theatrics.
Yeah, big puppet guy, big play guy. Hey, hold on. Let me backtrack. You said that your employee was at play practice. How many plays do y'all do in Franklin?
This one's for his school. He's still a senior in high school.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, man, what kind of y'all have a big theater town that I do
have a big theater town.
It's getting better, isn't it?
I mean, I get better every
more
time.
More people are trying to do it.
Every time I wake up, I'm better. You know, I'm growing every day.
That's the goal. That's the goal.
That's the goal, dog.
We do have setbacks sometimes, but that's the goal every day.
Yep.
But that's why I eat like sugar and candy all the time. Is because I know it's just me. It's just a spinoff of not drinking. Like I eat candy and sugar and shit. What?
You like froze there for a second. I thought we were.
You did glitched. I think the Matrix is. Is it the Matrix?
Oh man,
yeah. But Josh knows this out of anybody in the Matrix. He's just saying that, but alcohol turns into sugar in your whenever it breaks down or whatever. So candy will curb your.
Oh, dude. I've been eating. I eat candy really bad at nighttime. I know that's what it is. Like subconsciously, it's just me needing something like a habit, more or less.
Yeah,
keeps me off the salsa. So,
what are we talking about the Grand Canyon on our group chat?
Oh God, man, I have made so many notes about this, but so anybody that doesn't know, Grand Canyon is home to a great deal of secrets. And as I've been looking at this over the last few days, I've discovered that there's so many things around the Grand Canyon that I would need a lot of time to really look at all of it. But the main thing I've been focusing on the last little bit is...
Let's go do some infield investigative reporting.
In the Grand Canyon, we can, but it's all off limits now. Like, the government has it all to where you can't go into most of it other than the tourist parts. Same thing with Antarctica, right? You know, got that big ice wall you can't go past.
G-man, dadgummit.
But in 1908, Teddy Roosevelt tried to, he did eventually make the canyon cut off limits for mining and lumbering because it was causing a bunch of damage to the area and whatnot. And this guy named G.E. Kincaid decided he wanted to go explore it before it was off limits. So he went and did that. And it wasn't, he based on what he says, obviously this was in 1908, didn't have a mobile camera or anything, so he couldn't take pictures, but he's got like journals on it that you can find online. Gekincaid is how you spell it. And he describes what he saw in very great detail. So he had a paddle boat or canoe, whatever you want to call it, was going down the river, because I guess it's the Colorado River.
I think so.
But the Colorado that runs through there. Either way,
that's right.
It is right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, he was going down that. He saw this big opening, so he tied his boat off, went up there, and took a look at it. And he found an opening that you could fit. I think he says about 50 foot wide, or maybe somewhere around there. He said you could fit several people side by side, is how he says it in his journal. The opening could fit several, like tens of people side by side walking through it. And as he went further, he like noticed that like there was obvious like chisel marks in the wall, like to denote that this is a man-made cave, or at least
it wasn't like water erosion or nothing.
Yeah,
like
it wasn't
that.
water erosion. So it was either the cave was there and then man made it bigger. And then as he went along, he ended up having to come back because he realized that he was not going to be able to do it all by himself. He went about a mile or two into it, they said. And that at the end of that mile or two, he was like, okay, so this is definitely just a cave that somebody has modified to fit their need or whatever. So it was a cave that's just been modified a little bit further for what, for the hallways and whatnot, I guess.
Just knock out this stalactite. Let's add a kitchenette over here.
Exactly.
A little paint.
That's going to be the master. We want a real open floor plan.
Real open.
Had a
That's the thing these days. 1908 open floor plan, big. It's finally in now.
Shiplap.
Wasn't there like evidence of like metal working and stuff too?
Yeah. Okay. Hey, I'm getting there, Josh.
Oh well, that's the part that really caught my attention. So I jumped ahead. I couldn't help it.
Yeah,
I didn't watch that video.
So he did all these detailed notes. He went a mile or two in, and then he started seeing hieroglyphics everywhere. Obviously, he probably didn't know what hieroglyphics were, but whenever they went back, he went back with a paleontologist and an archaeologist.
Like the people in Jurassic Park?
Which they probably didn't have like those titles back then, but that's what they did. And they confirmed like some of this was hieroglyphics, but they couldn't, it wasn't, and even the people that have seen this stuff these days don't know, like they say it doesn't match Tibetan hieroglyphics and it doesn't match Egyptian hieroglyphics, which doesn't mean a lot. It could be either of those cultures that just had like a
carryover or anything
subset over like just subset of people that adopted a different style of language,
kind of like we do now. I mean,
different, maybe even like we do now, like English over here is different than English in Europe,
in Great Britain, Australia,
Ebonics and what's the word I'm trying to look for? Either way, they just talk different.
Different dialects.
Dialect, that's the word I was looking for. Whenever they went back, they found like these smelters that were set up and they had residue of bronze on them. So, and everything that they've been able to date in there is from way before the Bronze Era. So these guys were smelting ore before we knew that anybody was smelting ore. So this is, I was talking to Josh about this earlier on the phone actually, and we was like, or maybe, well, it might have been in text anyway. This is one of the like things that proves to me that we're probably not the smartest people that have ever been on this planet, like surely we're not. What?
Oh, he giggling down there.
I was laughing at your face all up in that camera. I'm listening, Wes. There's definitely smarter people than we've been, and there's evidence of that on the bottom of this screen.
You're on the bottom of my screen, buddy.
Oh, you're on the bottom of mine.
But yeah, so after that first venture, like I said, he returned with a team. I think it was a team of like 40 or so excavators and scientists and whatnot. But he submitted a bunch of artifacts pretty much that he found just on his little trip there, and the Smithsonian was like, cool, here's a bunch of money, go look at it for us. All the tunnels actually led to a central room that had a large effigy, if you don't know, effigy statue that looks like Buddha, but not necessarily exactly like Buddha, and it's holding like two like hyacinth flowers, like the I'm talking about those kind of flowers. Either way, it's got those two in his hands, similar to Buddha, but maybe not Buddha at the same time. And then they found another room that was just lined, and it was like 5 or 6 rows high, and it went all the way around the room, and they were all mummies. like all mummies in containers that you would think a mummy would be in, just lined on the wall. So there was all kinds of that they find. And then they found another very large room that had, just past the effigy or the statue room with Buddha in it, that had a throne on it, that had a it was somebody that had been mummified that was just sitting on that throne.
Dude, this sounds just like, I know I always end up going to some kind of fucking movie with this shit, but it sounds just like Alien vs. Predator.
Yeah.
Except this is in the Arctic, and like they like this big ass ray comes down from space, like a big laser weapon, and it mines down into like the subarctic, big iceberg or some shit. And they go explore it, and it's a fucking underground tomb, and there's these hallways and rooms, and there's a big throne, and it's the damn alien is what it is, or whatever.
Yeah, no, I mean, for sure. I mean, if we found this today, everybody would be scared of it. And I'll be honest, based on how the government handled this, as long as it's real and it's not just some fake nonsense that somebody made up, there's just so many things to lead me to believe that this probably is real and that they just covered it up. Because you can't go down anywhere in there. Like, you just can't go explore. People have
you can go to the top and look down in it,
yeah,
drive
people have
up.
applied to, or just search it. Not even like, they were like, we won't remove anything or dig or anything. We just want to go look around, and they don't let anybody even go look around.
Well, if we've learned anything, it's that we cannot trust the Smithsonian Institute, guys. And I think we should really start a campaign to really dig in there and find out what they got in the back room. Because know that's where they keep all the good shits, in the back.
Aren't they like a nonprofit, like a charity too? Don't they like get shit donated to them?
Yeah,
like
don't they hold the way things end up in the Smithsonian is because they get donated?
They have like the treasures of like the fucking world in their possession.
Yeah, no, I would say we've talked shit about the Vatican having a bunch of shit, but you can imagine what the Smithsonian probably has. That probably got donated to them at some point, and they were like, "We don't need to let anybody see this shit."
Dude, my dad years ago, they went on vacation and went to Washington, D.C. and went to the Smithsonian. And of course, I'm a big history guy. So I was asking him all these questions like, did you see this? Did you see that? The only thing he gave a shit about seeing was they had Fonzie's leather jacket there. He said, oh, man, they had Fonzie's leather jacket, dude. It was on the damn. He said his real jacket. And I was like, all right, dude.
It was on the damn TV, Josh.
Yeah. Hey. That's all he talked about. That's all he talked about.
Henry fucking Winkler.
Yep. He's still with us, isn't he?
Henry's still with us.
Still with us. Mr. Coach Klein.
Cover him with bees. What's that off of?
Little Nicky.
Waterboy.
Little Nicky.
I was saying a Waterboy. Mr.
Sorry,
Coach
Henry. Got to cover you with bees.
Oh, yeah, bees. I said bees.
Henry Winkler. Yeah.
There's
also the
hieroglyphs. Winkler with bees.
This Popeye's chicken is the shiznit. All right, sorry, Wes. Go ahead.
No, you're good. There's hieroglyphs that did have some kind of meaning, and either I don't remember if it was Tibet or Egyptian, that like kind of like the it kind
What's
of
in Tibet? Is that like where the monks are? Like Buddhism and stuff?
Tibetan monks.
Yeah. That's where
okay.
Buddhism started.
That's like I was just trying to keep up.
Yeah. And they like loosely translated to things that said that there were these visitors that shoot lightning out of silver tubes, and they also have these big silver discs that hum and fly away.
So UFOs.
Yeah. And so in the timeline that some of these things carbon date to, so obviously if you look at the Grand Canyon, like you can see the side of the mountains and there's like different colors. Like some of them's dark, some of them's real light, you know what I'm saying? Like tree rings going up.
Yeah.
So there's a big section that'd be dark orange, there'd be a big section that's real light white or something. These are all obviously layered. Well, not obviously, they are all layers of years that the Grand Canyon's been there, and they've been eroded out, so you can actually see all those layers in real time, just like cutting a tree open and seeing all of its rings.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, but there's a part of the canyon where we can carbon date it back to, I don't remember what time it was. It was a long ass time ago. And then there's a big break. Once you go to that next layer, it's a billion years in the future.
A billion.
A billion
Damn.
years. So there's a billion years of the Grand Canyon that just got wiped off of the planet, and then it started over on top of the oldest thing that it had.
How long do we think that the Earth has been Earth? How
6,000 years.
No, it's more than that.
I don't know.
It's
I
billions
don't
of
think
years,
anybody
right?
has even fucking clue how old the Earth is, man. I don't think
Yeah.
there's any way to know.
Like we saw that we keep, and also we keep finding evidence of these new or these old civilizations, and nobody really knows for sure.
Atlantis was for sure. Atlantis is too, not to like, we're not going to go on Atlantis thing right now, but it's just an example of things that have like survived like time, like history and whatnot. People have always talked about a city,
The city of Atlantis
that
under the sea.
a water city that got lost.
Yeah.
Like a lot of cultures have that in their,
Like in Black Panther.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly like Black Panther. You know, there's people that actually believe Wakanda exists.
Yeah, maybe it does.
I guess. I mean, with all the shit that I believe, it definitely could exist. But
I've never been to the what do they call Africa? The dark continent. I've never been to the dark continent. So
Careful, buddy.
well, it's because there's not any lights. It's not because of the people there.
Josh, you said it, bud. Calm down. Okay,
I just
don't know
keep it
what's
real.
getting into you tonight, but you need to watch your mouth a little bit.
Wow, that's the truth. That is what they call it. That's like the nickname because there's not like a lot of electricity.
Yeah, they used to say a lot of stuff back in the day that we don't anymore. Okay?
When I worked for the power line company, we had a division
with a
in
lot
the
of
company.
white guys.
Well, there
a lot
was
of
several
white guys there.
Yep.
Yeah.
100%. Anyway, so they had, I think it was Tanzania that they started doing power lines, like building power lines in Africa. So that was pretty cool.
So you can say dark continent now because you are helping them get power.
That's
over
the
there?
nickname of the, hold on.
Is that what you're saying?
is that really a nickname?
You deserve
Africa's nickname.
You deserve, like, you've earned the right to call them dark continent. I can't believe
earn a right. Yeah.
Oh, they did.
It's also, yeah.
The Europeans called Africa the dark continent because it was unknown to them.
There you go.
Not because they didn't have electricity.
Yeah, well you know,
things we don't understand.
Well, let's not split hairs.
I had half of it right.
Can be scary, you know. Things we don't understand can be scary, but we don't need to hate them.
I'm pretty good at always coming up with stuff with no evidence, so.
I only brought so I wrote this down just because I thought Josh might know. I just thought Josh might find this interesting, to be honest. But in 1962, this is back on the Grand Canyon for people that can't keep up. JFK made a stronghold here because of the Cuban Missile Crisis.
Oh,
he made it 200 feet deep, I think.
Damn.
Dug it himself?
Yeah, he did it all by himself. Well, actually, it was the whole Kennedy family got together. It was kind of like a family project.
They got drunk as fuck and started digging.
They got drunk as fuck and started throwing dynamite down until they had a shaft built.
Definitely drunk as fuck. Drunk as fuck.
Hell drunk. Fucking off their rocker drunk. Back then, in 62, they probably didn't know meth was bad for them. Same with cocaine.
No, they just knew it helped the damn Germans run across Europe.
But a lot of people nowadays still don't think it's that bad.
That's true. That's true.
Did you ever hear that they made this stronghold? They made it there for a reason.
I never heard
it was like because there was no way to like attack it from any way without somebody seeing them come in.
I was speaking of that. They were talking. I watched a documentary today about how hard it would be to like do like a land invasion on the United States of America, and one of the reasons is because of the Grand Canyon. Because they said there's so much terrible terrain. Like first, you have to get into the coast of California and all that, which is covered with ports and bases and stuff, and then you got to get across the Grand Canyon. Then you got to get across the Rockies. Then when you get out there, everybody's got guns. So, I just thought that was cool. But yeah, they said that the Grand Canyon would be really hard to like navigate, if you didn't know it and, getting across that land.
Yeah.
It's like a big valley.
The Yeah, I don't doubt it, man. That's the whole reason he made this whole ass base there, and he even
So that makes
stocked it
sense.
back then in 1962. He stocked it with like, I think he
Broads.
like no, well, yeah, probably Broad. Knowing him, he probably had Maryland there for a couple weeks, you know. But yeah, he'd stocked it with like a couple years worth of food too. Just
Hell yeah.
and but it was never used, and you can actually go to it today and
That is
stay
cool.
at. It's like a hotel. It's only one room.
So you can go to that part of the Grand Canyon.
Yeah, yeah. I think $800 or $900 a night, but
Damn.
you get access to the room that they've got set up there, which is like, I think it said it would sleep like 6 people. And then it's got like all the little corridors that come off of it that they've got lighted, or some of them are lighted, some of them aren't, but you can explore all that too. Like if
So
you,
the play is to charter a whitewater rafting trip through the Colorado River and then fake getting lost, and that's the only way you can explore the Grand Canyon
yeah,
without a
maybe I
permit.
was gonna say that might not be a terrible idea. Like fall off of the raft.
Colorado River's pretty fucking rough.
Oh no! Whoa!
Yeah, like
with,
do a
with
little
all this
research.
exploration gear, like have a whole rucksack.
Do a little research, find out where the best place to like maybe get off of this rafting journey is, and then
There you
just
go.
oopsie.
This is me sneaking around.
And then I would have like one of you guys like on the boat still, and they would be like, "Oh, he's gone. He can't even swim. He's already dead. Just
He's dead.
I'd be that guy. I'd do that.
just
Don't
keep
look for
moving.
him.
He's dead."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be the guy that stays on the boat.
He broke his dick. He's got a cast on. It holds
Can you
water.
imagine trying to swim in the fucking river, Josh, with that
No.
one ass foot?
I
You'd be
know.
going in circles out there.
Circles. Circles. I give me a flipper for my nub. Just put a long flipper on there.
Yeah, good idea, actually.
Well, y'all ready to tie a
Now
bow
you
on
better
this
swimming
one?
than me now. Never mind.
Yeah, oh, yeah, dude, we did. I went swimming like the first time after I lost my leg. Me and Christy went on a trip to the Cumberland Falls in Corbin, Kentucky, and the hotel had an indoor pool. Well, we decided to go down there, and it was like a kid's birthday party.
Corbin's where the
in
first
there.
KFC is.
It is. That's right. Yep. But I got in there, and I remember trying to swim, and it was just so weird, like trying to swim without a whole leg. It's
I bet that
wild.
would be
And all the
fucking
kids were looking at me too. So I just felt like I was just like the star of the show, you know. I told them all like shark attack or paper cut, whatever. Whatever I
God.
could scare them the most with.
Yeah, 100%. If I was
Yeah.
oh man, can you imagine being like in high school or like younger than that and like losing a limb? I'd make all kinds of stories up, dude. It would be I'd make sure everybody was talking to me before the end of the day, to be honest.
Everybody talking.
Everybody talking to me and about me.
That's what I like. That's what I like.
Well, I don't care if you're talking shit as long as you're talking about
As
me.
long as you're talking, yes, as
Keep
long as
my
I'm the
wife's
subject.
name out your fucking mouth.
I still can't believe that shit happened. Didn't nothing happen. Like he didn't get in any trouble or nothing.
They just started filming Bad Boys 4, what I hear.
They fucking
I
arrested Killer Mike after the Grammys because he got into altercation with somebody.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, that's what he got arrested for. He slapped somebody, I think.
Oh,
Like somebody
never mind. I
talking
heard
shit. Yeah.
Did you watch
Will
Bad
Smith
Boys
did it.
3?
I've seen Bad Boys 3.
Isn't that newer? Like
Yeah, like 2 years, like pandemic is when it come out.
Okay, I never watched it, so
It's all right. It's just like the other two.
I did watch I don't know why makes sense to say now, but Training Day. When's the last time y'all watched it?
About a month ago. It was good. Haven't seen
Same,
it
to
in a
be
long
honest. I
time.
watched about a month ago. It was a good.
I watched
Man,
it rehab
Bad
about
Boys-
14 times, but it's other than that.
Bad Boys 2, when they found all that ecstasy and the dead bodies in the morgue.
Oh yeah.
I was maybe like 12, 13 years old. I used to
That
touch
scene.
myself. I used to touch myself to the dead boobies in the morgue. I'm not.
It must have been slim pickings at your house.
All right.
Material.
American Pie movies.
God.
Yeah.
I'll give you that. I'll give you American Pie, but I don't think I
Yeah.
ever beat off to it. It's a dead body before.
I had a buddy that was recording the Janet Jackson Super Bowl mishap on VHS tape, and he brought it to school, and I took it home. Janet Jackson mishap. Man, I got a problem.
my imagination was better than that. Come on.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Jesus Christ. And y'all want to see what Tibet looks like? I don't know why I pulled this up.
Yeah, pull it up, dude. Isn't that where Mount Everest is?
No, it.
I was gonna say, I think it's like
yeah, it
Nepal
is.
area. What is that? The Alps?
It's to the
No.
yeah, it is. I can't believe that Nick is right, but yes, it's right next to Nepal. It's north of India and south of China.
I wanted to be a wildlife biologist when I was younger, boys. I've watched so many nature documentaries growing up.
I always just think about that movie, Batman Begins, whenever he goes and does training with that one dude, Liam Neeson.
There you go, boys.
Yep.
See Mount Everest down there on the south.
I called it.
I mean, this place looks pretty as hell.
Woo.
Looks like a lot of damn stuff. Looks like a guy with one leg's nightmare.
It looks like Ace Ventura when he's like, "Everyone wants a slinky."
Nick, how good to go on?
A slinky.
Look at
Nick,
that cool shit. You know,
Can you
they made
imagine
that
me going there?
forever ago.
Golly, I would. When we got to the first step, I'd just try to put you on my back for as long as I could.
How cool is that thing?
Is that
Yak.
yak? Yeah.
Yak. You can eat yak. Don't come
Don't
back.
call back. Yeah. All them fucking steps.
Oh well, China is almost encompasses Tibet. Like they're surrounded like on all corners by fucking China.
I'm surprised they haven't just
Taking that.
China hasn't just changed the map like they did with.
Well, it's really religious. I think that's why they don't mess with it. They know they're not a threat or anything.
That's probably true. I mean, look at all this cool shit they make.
Could you imagine trying to try to fight on that terrain? I mean, you can't fight on that kind of land anyway. So I mean,
I don't think you need to worry about fighting on the terrain anymore, right? You can just send some planes in and drop some bombs down now.
I don't think we'll ever stop doing hand-to-hand combat. You know, they always said that we'll go back to sticks and stones. You know what I mean?
Yeah, probably true.
You may break my bones, but Tibet will never hurt me.
Yeah,
okay, China does watch them pretty hard.
Allow UN rights experts in the Tibet.
Huh. Well, I don't know what this is, but this is the only that picture shows up so often. Let me find out.
It's like a mausoleum or some shit.
Capital.
What's the capital? Autonomous region in China.
So it is.
Is it part of China?
No, it's autonomous, so it's like Hong
autonomous. Shut up.
Kong. Yikes.
The roof of the world. Oh, I guess
that's the Potala Palace. The Potala Palace.
It's pretty.
Potala.
In Lhasa, Tibet.
Wonder if they got an elevator.
Probably not.
Maybe an escalator.
I don't even see any power lines run to that.
They make you earn that son of a gun.
Can you imagine
if you want to see this place, you're gonna earn it. I
can imagine trying to get power up to that place.
Oh, this is where the Dalai Lama lives. That makes sense. Didn't I just I said earlier that this is where Buddhism is a big
Bodhisattva. Bodhisattva. Avalokitesvara.
Winter Palace of the Dalai Lamas from 1649 to 1959. What, they just got too good in 1959 and switched somewhere else?
They didn't have hot water. They didn't have hot water.
Dude, if my house looked like that, I don't know that I would need hot water. That thing's dope.
Dude, he's shitting in a chamber pot. Maybe he wants a toilet.
A hole in the floor.
Yeah, but you're a Dalai Lama. Do you really need electricity? Or
these Dalai Lamas nowadays are, I'm telling you, Josh, they're ruined.
Wow.
They're both paid for.
Spoiled to the luxuries of modern man.
I wonder what the new place looks like. What's the new Potala Palace?
I was hoping you'd have a crazy search history, and I'm disappointed.
Yeah, I wanted
some wild shit to pop up whenever you hit your browse. I wasn't going to edit it out.
What is on it?
Nothing interesting. Watch game.
Yeah. New kids
on the block.
What's the new Potala Palace? The new Potala was built.
Why don't you just put in? That's not how you search for that. You search new residents of Dalai Lama.
Okay.
Not a new palace. There's not going to be a new Potala Palace.
Where does the Dalai Lama live?
Yes.
It'll figure it out.
Golly, you guys
keep going. Stick with it, buddy. There it is.
There we go.
14th.
So this big ass city. I like
Kangra,
Kangra.
Kang.
India.
Ooh, that's pretty.
This dude done put in the new Potomac Palace. Like they built a new one.
Hell, I don't know. Maybe they
Looks
did.
like a Hampton Inn.
It'd be funny if it was just a Best Western or something.
I thought it looked like a Hertz rental car right outside the airport.
All right, I'm done with that.
All right, guys, I'm gonna go figure out whose dick I got to suck to be famous around here.
All right. Well, good talking to y'all. Good seeing you.
All right, love you boys. Love everybody else.
It's been
out there.
fine by me.
Pommy knockers. Pommy knockers.
I don't know why I'm doing the Illuminati symbol.
That's Hove. That's Jay-Z.
Yeah, same.
Take a load off, grab a seat, pull up a chair, prop up your feet, that's fine.